Do you wonder, is Pinterest dead? Is Pinterest still good for organic reach and getting traffic? So maybe you're new to Pinterest or you've been on the platform for a while and you're feeling frustrated. Reddit boards, even the Pinterest community is filled with content creators frustrated and feeling as if Pinterest is dying or maybe it's already dead. I even posed this question to you guys in my community, and it was a three-way split between whether Pinterest is dead, dying, or it's still alive. So also be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can engage in the conversation and even vote for upcoming videos and get the help that you need. And be sure to hit that thumbs up button because I want to answer these really poignant Pinterest questions for you. Okay, so my answer, full disclosure, I'm a Pinterest coach, so you might guess what my answer would be to this question as to whether Pinterest is dead or not. But I'm going to do my best to not be biased and to give you the straight up honest truth about the status of Pinterest. I've been on the platform for 5 years now. I've seen so many changes, algorithm shifts, feature changes, idea pins, video pins, all these shifts on the platform. And over that time, I would be lying to you if I said that my traffic hasn't changed, because it has. When I first started on Pinterest, way back in 2017, Pinterest became the dominant source of my traffic. But you got to think about that. I was a new blogger. It was the only way for me to get traffic. So where things stand now, Pinterest accounts for around 20 to 30% of my traffic, depending on what month it is. So obviously my relationship with Pinterest has shifted from those early months to where I am now. So keep that in mind as I dive deep into whether Pinterest is dead or not. Let's look at the stats. Pulling out the facts for you guys here. So you might know that Pinterest has roughly 444 million active monthly users. That might sound like a lot, but as some headlines have said, and as their stock price would inform, Pinterest users have actually declined. And it can sound scary that Pinterest is losing users, okay? But I want to put that into perspective. Pinterest is still the 4th largest social network in the USA. It's actually the 2nd largest for visits per day. So that means more users go to Pinterest than to LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, and WhatsApp and Reddit. So more users go there. It's no shock that the #1 choice for where users are going on social media is Facebook. But here's the thing that a lot of these articles that love to rank Pinterest don't take into account, or maybe they're not aware of, is that Pinterest isn't your traditional social media site. Pinterest kind of straddles both of them, part social media, but the large part and the part that I'm going to be discussing with you here is that it is a visual search engine. So it operates differently than a traditional social media site. So when we're talking about, is Pinterest dead? Is it still good for organic search traffic and getting traffic to your site? This is an honest question and a concern that you might have if what you're doing right now on Pinterest isn't working, if you're considering coming back to the platform or using the platform for the first time. You might be wondering, does Pinterest want me to pay for ads to get traffic? These are valid concerns. Remember, I was talking about the kind of traffic I was getting from Pinterest when I first started versus the traffic I'm getting now. So if you are a new blogger who isn't getting traffic to your website, Pinterest is honestly, in my opinion, your only option. Your only option that isn't going to be all consuming of your energy. Your only option where you can schedule and largely be an introvert and passive when it comes to building your traffic. So if you're going to use a platform like Instagram or even TikTok, there is an aspect where if you're going to be successful on those platforms, you're going to have to show up every day, be on video. So are you comfortable with doing that on those platforms in order to drive traffic? And a lot of us who are bloggers might not be. It's different if you're a YouTuber, you're used to being on camera. But if your content is text-based, Pinterest still offers the opportunity for you to get traffic. Traffic when you're a new blogger, a new domain that doesn't have any authority, because the majority of searches on Pinterest are unbranded. That means when someone's searching on Pinterest, they're not searching for big name publications. A lot of these big name publications that run search engine results, we know all these big publications. And also when it comes to Instagram and TikTok, those are dominated by these huge influencers. So if you're not one of those heavy hitters, Pinterest is still an avenue of success for you. Who else is going to send you traffic? And then here's the thing, because Pinterest is a search engine, not a traditional social media site. So your reach on the platform is not limited by how many followers you have. It's not even limited by how you rank in hashtag results, even if that platform has it. It's based on your SEO. It's based on how engaging your pins are. It's based on your strategy, most of which you can do without being on camera. And another factor that you need to take into account, a fact that still remains, is that even if we think of Pinterest as a social media site, of all the social media sites out there, whether we're talking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest pins, a single image that you're putting up that links to content on your website, is going to live way longer than any other social media post. A tweet lives for like 15 minutes, a Facebook post maybe a few hours, an IG post a couple of days, depending what the algorithm is doing. So by you creating one pin that is SEO optimized, it's going to live on the platform forever. And here's another important point, especially if you are a new blogger or a business that's creating consistent content. So whether those are YouTube videos, podcast episodes, or blog posts, and you're not getting traffic to your site, you want to make sure that the energy that you're putting in, especially if you have limited human resources, you're a team of one, right? You want to make sure all the content you're creating is searchable and indexable. So by that, I mean within the platform, there is a search feature. And I don't mean scrolling down the hashtag rabbit hole. I mean, users are on the platform looking for answers and they're able to find your content. And that those results are not being dominated by big publications and influencers like they are in Google search results or on big platforms like Instagram. So that means that with your limited time resources, you need to be investing in creating content that is going to last, right? A Pinterest pin can live anywhere from, they say, 44 days to years. I have pins that still bring traffic to my website that I pinned in 2017. Those were the first pins I designed, and they are still driving traffic. Do you have a tweet that you put out or an Instagram post? Hey, they can't even click. That's bringing you any traffic from 5 years ago. So you have to think about that. The only other content that you can create that is searchable and indexable is going to be YouTube videos, okay? But once again, are you comfortable on camera? Are you comfortable creating video content? Not Pinterest, then where? That's my question for you. And the only options you have are whether you're going to create video content or not. And the question of, okay, if I'm on Pinterest, do I have to pay for ads? If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, my question to you is, don't you have to pay for ads? The Facebook algorithm is abysmal, okay? You can have thousands of followers on your page and only 0.1% will see that post, if even. You can have a Facebook group with thousands of members and no one will see your post, okay? It's not searchable. It doesn't show up in search results. So once again, when we talk about, is the content you're creating indexable? Pinterest pins not only show up on Pinterest, but they show up in Google search results, Bing search results. They actually estimate that around 32% of the traffic to Pinterest is from organic search results. So you're getting found in Google and you're getting found on Pinterest. What other platform offers you that opportunity? So think about that when you're wondering, is Pinterest dead? Is Pinterest still a good way to drive organic traffic? So the real question that I invite you to ask yourself is Pinterest dead for me? Is Pinterest dead for you? Is it? And I'm going to lay it out for you to decide whether yes, Pinterest is dead, or no, Pinterest is alive and it is the way to go. And then I encourage you to let's get going and figure out Pinterest. I want you to sign up for my masterclass so that we can do that. So let me help you figure it out. So number one, Pinterest is dead or alive depending on where you are in your blogger's journey or your content creator's journey, whether you're a podcaster, a YouTuber, a blogger, even if you run a business. Are you new? Is your domain new? Is your traffic very limited? Do you need to grow your traffic? If so, and you don't have a giant online presence elsewhere, then I encourage you, Pinterest is possibly the best choice for you based on all the reasons we already covered. Because like I said, when I got started, Pinterest was the thing that started bringing in traffic for me. That shifted over the years. But if I hadn't established all of those clicks, all of those pins saved, all of that proof for my domain, all of that engagement, those literally hundreds of thousands of pins and clicks over those years, I would not be ranking in Google search results, right? And if now I'm looking at my traffic from where I am today, I might question. So if you are established, if you have built a large volume of traffic and an audience on another platform that is growing faster and better than Pinterest, and even more passively, like Google search traffic, for example, that organic search traffic, then perhaps you should make the decision that Pinterest is not the right platform for you anymore. But if you're just starting out and you have no traffic, it is possibly the best way for you to get that organic traffic. All right, the second factor for you is this. Who is your audience? I'm going to lay out the demographics of Pinterest for you. So 70% of Pinterest users are women. Around 14% identify as male, and around 8% is unspecified. So is your audience largely women? 30% of Pinterest users are women between 25 and 34 years of age. So I ask you, is that your target audience? If so, they're on Pinterest. And there is an easy way for you to know. You're going to hop into your Google Analytics, and I want you to take a look at the breakdown of your demographics. Does it line up with the demographics that are on Pinterest? This is where you're going to want to go. Audience, demographics. Hopefully you have installed your Google tracking tag properly so that you are tracking this demographic data. So for this site, we can see majority of the users are female. This is almost the breakdown of what Pinterest is, and largest group 25 to 34 years old. There's 30% of Pinterest users fall into this category. So for this site, heck yeah, Pinterest is a great way to get traffic. Now let's take a look at this site. Also, largely female, majority of the audience is in this 18 to 24, 25 to 34 years. So also great audience for Pinterest. There's a lot of overlap. You can also go to the Pinterest website. You're going to go to Analytics, Audience Insights. And right here, you can take a look at the demographics of your audience. And look, I am lining up with the audience that is being promoted on Pinterest. And you can even have a look at all Pinterest users. It breaks it down here, right? 34% in this 25 to 34 female. So what is your audience breakdown? What does it look like? And do you align with the audience that is already on Pinterest? So the next factor for you to consider is, what is your niche? And is there an audience for that on Pinterest? So some of the most popular searches on the platform relate to food, travel, health, and beauty, home decor. That's what Pinterest is known for. So if you are in those audience, heck yeah, you're going to say, wow, I should be on Pinterest. Pinterest is alive for me. So if I didn't list your niche, does that mean that Pinterest is dead to you, that you should not use the platform? Of course not. My niche which is personal development for my blog, It's All You Boo, falls under education. It is not one of the largest categories for content on Pinterest, and it's just a subset of this lesser category. Yet, using the strategies that I teach on this channel and in my masterclass, which you're going to want to sign up for, I was able to hit 9 million views on Pinterest in the month of December using this strategy. So if I can get traffic in a subset of a smaller niche on Pinterest, does that mean that you can get traffic too? Most likely. All right, so that's another fact to consider. You can also explore an audience insights to see how much of the users on Pinterest are interested in your topic. And here's another thing to consider. If you are in e-commerce, one of the largest changes that are happening on Pinterest most recently have to do with the incorporation of e-commerce into the platforms. Shops are able to add in their whole catalogs. You're able to click to and purchase form. And this is powerful for you, especially if you are an e-commerce shop, a new shop, or even if you're a coach, an online business, maybe you create some types of digital products or even physical products, and you don't have a large audience to shop through. Maybe you're not getting traffic from Google search. Then yes, this is a potential for you because users on Pinterest have a higher average income than on other social media platforms. And that's not all. Here are some fun stats for you to keep in mind. 89% of users on Pinterest are on there for purchase inspiration. 90% of weekly pinners make their purchase decisions on Pinterest. So if that sounds like something you need, like, yes, I'm on e-commerce shop. Yes, I have a product that I'm looking for customers and it lines up with some of the other factors like target audience is on Pinterest, like your niche is something of interest on Pinterest, then this is going to be a great opportunity for you. And the last factor for you to consider is this. Are you willing to embrace new features? Are you willing to create idea pins? Are you willing to embrace video? Because every single day, there's close to 1 billion video views on Pinterest, okay? That's a lot. Video is becoming the most dominant form of content. So are you willing to embrace these new features? You have to think about that. Because if you are, then yeah, that's a great opportunity for you to stand out on Pinterest. Am I saying that you have to make video, that you have to make idea pins to be successful on Pinterest? I wouldn't say we're at that point yet. I was able to achieve these crazy amount of views and clicks using a seasonal content strategy. I do not regularly create idea pins for my primary account. That's not the way that I create content. And I'm still able to be successful, largely using SEO and a lot of the strategies that I teach in my free Pinterest masterclass that you're going to want to click and sign up for. So there you have it. Those are the factors that you need to weigh for yourself to decide, is Pinterest dead? Is it dying, or is it still alive? Where are you on your blogger's journey? Who is your audience, and are they on Pinterest? What is your niche? What is your category of content? And is there a desire for that? Are you an e-commerce shop? Do you have a product that is proven where you're looking for more customers? Okay, and are you willing to embrace new features? I would say that if you've answered yes to at least one of those, then Pinterest is very much alive for you. And I would be happy to be your Pinterest coach and to help you get to success. So be sure to sign up for my free Pin Perfect Masterclass, where I'll share with you strategies that work. And you'll say, oh my, Pinterest is definitely alive. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I love being your Pinterest coach. And stick around, you're going to find this video helpful. So bye for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy pinning.